Hi, this is Tim at the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a model launched in 2010, albeit in slightly different detail form, from TAG Heuer. This is the Carrera Calibre 1887. There have been several different versions of the Carrera Calibre 1887. This one features a steel case, a blue-gray slate metallic sunburst dial, ceramic bezel insert, and as you can see, large-scale Arabic numerals giving you 60 seconds or 60 minutes. It is a large Carrera at 43 millimeters in diameter, 16.5 millimeters thick, and 52.7 millimeters from lug to lug, with a 22 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. The watch is quite large. It does feel like the lugs are out to the edge of my wrist, and over the top, that's pretty much confirmed. Could I wear this? Probably. My arm is fairly big, my hand is fairly big, and the watch would look large, but maybe not comically oversized. So if you like a large style and your wrist is my size, game on. If you want it to look proportional, maybe a 17 or 18 centimeter circumference wrist, but if you like the oversized style, this does fit on me. Your 16 centimeter circumference wrist will wear this as well as mine. One feature that I do appreciate as a guy with a smaller wrist is that the end links are pivoted and the bracelet can be pulled square 90 degrees from the horizontal of the case band down your wrist on each side. The bracelet is substantial. You can see it has a combination of polished and satin primary and secondary links, and that there are plenty of gaps between the links to avoid pinching skin or pulling hair. Taking a look here, TAG Heuer uses pins and sleeves to size this bracelet, so you're going to want to make sure that you've got a block and punch if you want to size this at home. We can also help you with that before we ship it. Taking a look, there's also an intermediate link on one side, so in case you find yourself in between sizes, you've got these two intermediate links. They're intermediate sizes to help you get the size right. We have a twin trigger release. You can see a combination of satin, media blast, and polish on the clasp. Twin trigger release means you have to press both triggers for it to open. It's a robust design. It feels solid in the hand and inspires confidence. Taking a look at the case, the classic Carrera lugs, the most distinctive part of every Carrera, chronograph or otherwise, since the first in 1963. They're sharp, angular, integrated, and faceted. You can see a trick often used by watch designers. Drawing the lugs up the side of the bezel. You can see how it actually, the case band actually dips between the lug peaks. And this helps to create a longer, more lush lug without creating a thicker watch. So you just sort of countersink the bezel between these peaked lugs. Now we've got a TAG Heuer logo. We have a red lacquered shoulder on the stop-start trigger right here. The clutch is a smooth oscillating pinion action, which has very little play. It's a type of lateral clutch, but in practice, it turns out to be just about as smooth as a vertical clutch because of the small amount of play between the tiny pinion driving the large wheel. It's a type of lateral clutch though, so it's not absolutely seamless, but it's quite good in that regard. Now it is a column wheel, so you can feel this is an above average pusher experience. See if we can get that column wheel there, right there. You can see it's blued, a very crisp column wheel. It has a light touch to it, a little bit like a Longa 951 in a dotograph. It's almost like the pusher sucks itself in as you depress it. It's got a nice feel to it. We have a watch that is 100 meters water resistant, so swimming is good to go. You can take this in the water. There is lume, though not a generous amount of it. Not every version of the TAG Heuer Carrera Calibre 1887 has a ceramic bezel insert, but this one does for scratch resistance. It's also a tachometric scale, so you can use your chronograph to gauge the speed of an object, such as a race car. Remember, Carrera means race, around a racetrack. The dial is a lovely piece. As you can see, we've got these nice concentric patterns, azurage for chronograph minutes and chronograph hours. Small running seconds display with crosshair layout. You can see there's a Rejo outboard that allows you to read seconds, minutes, and fractions of seconds. We have a 4 hertz beat rate, so 8 beats per second, so eighths of seconds. We've got a stop seconds function. So you can set the watch to a reference time. And then we've got a quick set date as well. You can see the detail of the metallic sunburst dial. Turn it all over, caliber 1887. It has Seiko roots based on the TC78 from the late 1990s. It's unusual for a Seiko architecture in that it uses an oscillating pinion instead of a vertical clutch. It's an automatic winder. It's got a 50-hour power reserve, a 4 Hz beat rate, and pivots on 39 joules. Get a better look at it here. To be clear, there were some changes made by TAG Heuer, and it is made by TAG Heuer in Switzerland, but the architecture does have Seiko roots. You can see it's a fairly large movement, very similar in size to a 7750. A 7750 is 30 millimeters. This is 29.3, so it's basically a wash for all practical purposes. The decoration is appreciated, even if it is mostly mechanical in layout. And you can see we've got a combination of engine turning and stripes with polished screw heads and satinated wheels. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.